Clearly, one of the things that's going to impact how people decide which console they're going to buy is going to be the price, and of course, I think power. I think those things aren't necessarily as important as the actual games themselves, but I think it's going to be still very important and could play a determining factor. Especially, like, in my opinion anyway, it seems like there needs to be a power advantage for Xbox. There definitely can't be a disadvantage, and the price needs to be at least equal no matter what the power advantage or disadvantage is for both. So I would say they have to keep that in mind, and they also have to do a good job of keeping themselves out there with announcing the games. They have to be unafraid to go for it and kind of just let people know what's coming down the road. Otherwise, people are going to get kind of depressed, and we're going to have a repeat of what happened this generation. So now we have that Phil Spencer is doing these different interviews, and he's actually talking about price, and he's talking about power, and he's talking about lots of different things like this. So this is very key and very important for what next generation is going to be all about. So pretty much when addressing this in an interview after XO19, they're going to be talking about what we're going to be paying for these machines and stuff like that. Both are going to come out very close in 2020. We're not going to have any kind of confirmation until exactly when, until next year. But Xbox boss Phil Spencer is already hinting at the company's device and how it's going to go toe-to-toe, which is something that's unexpected because he usually doesn't say stuff like that, So this is very, very important. But in a recent interview, he said, obviously, that the device is going to go toe-to-toe with the PlayStation 5. And he says we won't be out of position on power or price, according to his interview with The Verge, commenting on Xbox's approach for next generation. Obviously, it's been a deciding factor for some of the next generation consoles and things like that, especially when competing consoles launch around the same time, like they will next year. Although it did surpass its competitor in the long run, the PS3 certainly suffered due to the $599. You guys remember that price point, and obviously the Xbox 360 was less expensive. And this generation saw a similar story unfold when the Xbox One, which was $499, and it was $100 more than the PS4, and actually was less powerful. So they don't want to do those same mistakes again. Spencer says that it also doesn't want to lose out in terms of hardware power. He says, if you remember the beginning of this generation, we were $100 more expensive, and yes, we were less powerful. And we started Project Scarlett with this leadership team in place with the goal of having market success. So basically, they want to make sure that they don't repeat the same issues and mistakes that they had last generation, which is smart, because if you don't learn from the mistake, you're doomed to repeat it over and over and over again. So it's nice to see, at least from that aspect, Phil Spencer and company is much more ready and prepared to kind of take on the PlayStation 5. I still think they have a huge uphill battle ahead of them, but at least they're willing to sort of admit what's going on and kind of make the changes necessary. I will link this article so you guys can check it out. Let me know what you think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Have a great day. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.